The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing. By all means marry. If you get a good wife, you'll become happy. If you get a bad one, you'll become a philosopher. If you don't get what you want, you suffer. If you get what you don't want, you suffer. Even when you get exactly what you want, you still suffer because you can't hold on to it forever. Your mind is your predicament. It wants to be free of change, free of pain, free of the obligations of life and death. But change is law, and no amount of pretending will alter that reality. Sometimes you put walls up not to keep people out, but to see who cares enough to break them down. No man has the right to be an amateur in the matter of physical training. It is a shame for a man to grow old without seeing the beauty and strength of which his body is capable. The secret of happiness, you see, is not found in seeking more, but in developing the capacity to enjoy less. Employ your time in improving yourself by other men's writings so that you shall come easily by what others have labored hard for. The hour of departure has arrived, and we go our separate ways, I to die, and you to live. Which of these two is better only God knows. The hottest love has the coldest end. The easiest and noblest way is not to be crushing others, but to be improving yourselves. Those who are hardest to love need it the most. He who is not contented with what he has, would not be contented with what he would like to have. Strong minds discuss ideas, average minds discuss events, weak minds discuss people. To find yourself, think for yourself. Education is the kindling of a flame, not the filling of a vessel. Contentment is natural wealth, luxury is artificial poverty. Every action has its pleasures and its price. Do not do to others what angers you if done to you by others. Employ your time in improving yourself by other men's writings so that you shall come easily by what others have labored hard for. I am not an Athenian or a Greek, but a citizen of the world. Prefer knowledge to wealth, for the one is transitory, the other perpetual. Understanding a question is half an answer. Envy is the ulcer of the soul. Beware the barrenness of a busy life. I know that I am intelligent, because I know that I know nothing. From the deepest desires often come the deadliest hate. If you want to be a good saddler, saddle the worst horse, for if you can tame one, you can tame all. The really important thing is not to live, but to live well. And to live well meant, along with more enjoyable things in life, to live according to your principles. One should never do wrong in return, nor mistreat any man, no matter how one has been mistreated by him. Life contains but two tragedies. One is not to get your heart's desire. The other is to get it. The easiest and noblest way is not to be crushing others, but to be improving yourselves. If all our misfortunes were laid in one common heap whence everyone must take an equal portion, most people would be content to take their own and depart. The beginning of wisdom is the definition of terms. In all of us, even in good men, there is a lawless wild beast nature, which peers out in sleep. He is richest who is content with the least, for content is the wealth of nature. Children nowadays are tyrants. They contradict their parents, gobble their food, and tyrannize their teachers. What screws us up the most in life is the picture in our head of what it's supposed to be. Think not those faithful who praise all thy words and actions, but those who kindly reprove thy faults. Not life, but good life, is to be chiefly valued. The highest realms of thought are impossible to reach without first attaining an understanding of compassion. The mind is everything. What you think you become. The misuse of language induces evil in the soul. There is no solution. Seek it lovingly. Living well and beautifully and justly are all one thing. When you want wisdom and insight as badly as you want to breathe, it is then you shall have it. To express oneself badly is not only faulty as far as the language goes, but does some harm to the soul. There is no greater evil one can suffer than to hate reasonable discourse. It is better to change an opinion than to persist in a wrong one. He is not only idle who does nothing, but he is idle who might be better employed. Be true to thine own self. Are you not ashamed of heaping up the greatest amount of money and honor and reputation, and caring so little about wisdom and truth and the greatest improvement of the soul? My plainness of speech makes them hate me, and what is their hatred but a proof that I am speaking the truth? As to marriage or celibacy, let a man take which course he will be sure to repent. Beauty is a short-lived tyranny. Wealth does not bring goodness, but goodness brings wealth and every other blessing, both to the individual and to the state. Wealth does not bring about excellence, but excellence makes wealth and everything else good for men, both individually and collectively.